Welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. In this video, I'm going to show you a altcoin that has serious 300x potential. That's like taking $1,000 and turning it into $300,000. And I wasn't going to buy this, but something was telling me to buy it right now because it's super cheap. And the technology, I just couldn't deny its technology. So what token am I talking about? I am talking about a project called MetaHero. Grab a coffee, come sit back with me, and I'll help you understand why I seriously think it's a good buy now. This is super cheap from what it was before. It's down 98% from its all-time high, right? So we're going to talk about this, discuss it, because, 18 pence. There's a lot to discuss. And like I said, I wasn't going to buy it. If you missed my last videos, before I go any further, if it sounds interesting, drop that like. Did I say that? Say it again. This is not financial advice. Please do your further research before you invest your money. If you watched my last few videos on Metaverse, because I'm trying to define the difference between play to earn metaverses like your Fortnites and stuff and the true metaverse. And I think the true metaverse will be about socializing. Go into a place where you can talk with your mum, laugh, chat, chill. That's the type of metaverse. That's what I believe to be a metaverse, where you can socialize. And that's the new era of the web. We had the phones, we were texting with the old brick phones. Then we had the smartphones, then we had the watches, you can wear it on your wrist. Now we've got the VR goggles coming out and stuff and improving. I think that's the next era of the web, where people can immerse themselves into the web, see stuff, buy stuff. That's the future. And I think that MetaHero is going to help take it there. Now, let me explain something, because again, this is attached to another project called in a sense, they kind of are, kind of not, because they were doing they were doing close things with a project called ETHEREUM, and I wasn't going to buy it. But I think that even though I still think ETHEREUM is going to be the star of the show, I still think it's worth having some MetaHero, and it's just the technology. It's straight up the technology that made me buy this, because that's it. Because what they do is they basically have this pod where it allows people to do 3D modeling. It scans your entire body, turns you into a 3D model, and then you can use that model on the go anywhere. So if you can now tokenize it as an NFT, you can take it anywhere on the go, put it into any play to earn, any metaverse. It's powerful. But I thought, and this was my first thought process, when you think about metaverse, people want to have a different character. You don't want to be yourself. You want to try something different. You want to be like a big fat thing or a skinny little thing, and everybody wants to be something different, which is why I was thinking narrow-minded about this project. I went to sleep over the last few days, woke up and thought, you know what? This technology is more superior than just 3D modeling for gaming, for Metaverse. You can use it for more things. And I think as time goes on, you're going to seriously see people use this in many different ways that they probably couldn't have even thought of before. So they're planning to drop these pods around the world. You're just going to plot them everywhere, where people can then go in, modelize themselves. That's what it's going to be called, modelize. I'm modelizing myself. And then, you then have this 3D model of yourself, which you can use in any way. I see it being used for more things, like, for example, things like YouTubers. We all want intros, good intros of ourselves. This will help you be able to create a 3D animation model of yourself and import it in your thing. And I know this because I've been checking their Twitter, and this thing here, look at it, says, together with our brand ambassador, Sokul, I don't know, we proudly announce NIC, project from the bench. And look, this looks like an animated video with the 3D modeling scan. Can you see it? Because he doesn't look like a normal human there. But he looks like it, but it looks like you're animated through this 3D scanning. It says, October the 21st, we'll be showing a MetaHero / Wolf Group's capabilities, including 3D printing, scanning, animations, and other surprises during Sokul's live show. And I tell you what, right now, right? If this allows people to do this, animations, My God, because now I can see a world where it's, you know, these pods are just everywhere in every shopping mall and everything, and people are lining up to go in them to print themselves. You know, there might be different options. You know, do you just want your 3D scan? Cool, click that, pay for it, done. Do you want to make like a 3D animation? There's different templates. Just like, you know, and then you're standing there. Trust me, it can be big. It seriously can be big. And I think there's going to be a world of doors that open up for this, and it could you know what you might see in the future? Got to keep it real. This whole meta hero name, they could very well upgrade and change their brand in the future. When they realize that it can be used more for just 3D scanning. It can be used for government things. I told you before. We live in a world right now, where it's all digital passports. Now they got this thing where you can scan your passport, stand in this pod thing, or you know, scan your face, and then you walk through. So who's to say in the future that this technology doesn't evolve into something like that, where when you stand in, you don't even need your passport anymore. Your 3D model represents you. Like, you stand there, it looks at the 3D model, say, yeah, this is it. We've got you already. That's your 3D model. Go through. I'm just saying, you just don't know how things are going to go down. And there's probably many other ways that this technology can be used. And I just didn't want to miss the boat. So big up to them for that. You sold me on your technology. That's it. Plain and simple. It's your technology. It's powerful. You sold me on it, and I think there's going to be big things to come with your technology. Just that alone looks sick. Like, I like that. I wouldn't mind my own little animation. Anyway, so, you know, that's basically what they're doing. I'm going to break down prices and stuff in a second. I watched this AMA as well. Is it in Spanish, French, one of these other languages? But you can check it out and have a little look through. They got subtitles and stuff. Worth having a listen to. I don't know what language it was. But it's worth having a listen to. They're explaining what they think on, you know, the project, where they see it going and stuff. I also had a listen to the other guy, just his AMA. Look, they had, what was this here? Be Yourself Scan. So people were coming in and scanning themselves and just testing it out, having fun with it. The technology is, yeah, it's definitely up there when it comes to the future as to where, you know, what we will be doing. These are the things I want you to go and do. Check it out and have a look yourself. Where was this AMA with this guy? Let me just find it, because, you know, he's the new guy taking over now, because the other guy went over to the ETHEREUM project, right? So this guy here's taken over the whole thing. Have a listen to him, Crow. Interesting stuff that he has to say. I like the mindset and stuff. And yeah, this is what I was doing. So you already know that it's a public project. It's not some hidden fake sort of let me scam your life kind of thing. They're trying to do something. And I see the vision. And all it takes is for one big company to say, you know what, let me use your technology for this. I know you wanted to do 3D modeling, but let's just use it for this because we can do it for this. My God, it just changes the game. Really changes the game. Just look, if the future is wearing these immersive metaverse goggles, VRs, whatever they are, and people are now shopping on eBay through this, shopping on Amazon through this, where you're walking around and you can see people's bids and stuff, and you can just stand there and just go, yeah, me. I just bid on that, why not? Because you just don't know. Have you seen that film, Wreck-It Ralph? No, Ralph Broke the Internet. Where they go to eBay, and I'm just shouting. Do you know Ralph broke the internet when they just stand down at eBay and they're just bidding me, and the price is going up and up? That could be a representation of what's to come in the future with how we live. And if it's not you, fine. Maybe it's your kids or your kids' kids. This revolution is coming. It's going to be coming. This reality will be coming. It's already here. You just don't realize it yet as to how much it's going to grow. And I was watching, I can't remember who I was watching. Watching someone that was talking about gaming, it was talking about metaverse, talking about VR, and how VR right now is roughly about a 50 billion market cap, meaning there's 50 billion spent in the VR space. And I think it's going to grow. They're expected by 2024 for this whole VR stuff to go to about 240 billion, 249 billion. That's a big jump. So that means more people will adapt to it and adopt to it. So, and then there will come a time for what can we do inside the VR? Where are we going to get these things? Where are the items coming from? How are we getting them? And that's where this comes into play. I haven't even read this yet to you. Just talking about my own mind. Wolf Digital World, WDW, are the technical partner of the Revolution, providing more than 8 years of R&D on the physical gateway to the metaverse. WDW, which is Wolf Digital World, aims to capture every detail of the physical world and port it into the digital world. As the technology arm of the project, WDW provides tongue twister, all technical aspects of the project for hardware and software. If you can do it in real world, you can do it in the metaverse. By creating the largest database of scanned objects and people, the MetaHero Revolution will transport the world into the future. It says into the metaverse, investors, users, and beneficiaries will all have the ability to scan or to be scanned and have full control of their scanned property. So they're saying you'll have full rights of it. So are you essentially creating an NFT when you scan yourself? Like, create NFTs to auction, trade, sell directly, license your property to outside developers and create revenue. It'd be good if they could have a scanner where it could just, expand and increase. Why am I saying that? Because they're basically cameras on the shape of a curved sort of metal frame, right? So, like I said, right now they've got a nice little like a little prototype. So, but in time they could increase it and have better things. So you'll have like a place where you stand, and then these things, maybe in the future, these things can go on a rail that can spread out. And the reason I'm saying this is because then you'll be able to put larger items in there, like cars. Just saying, cars. Bigger things. I can't think of another thing, just cars. But you'll be able to put larger items in there, and it could expand in many ways. And not just that, the technology is getting smaller. So maybe in the future they don't use these big bulky cameras. They might just have a bunch of phones. That's easier then, because people, you can. Anyway, so I'm just trying to look ahead, because when I invest in a project, I don't just look at it and go, oh, that's a crypto coin. Oh, that's going to 10x and 50x my money. Now I want to look at. I see them as businesses. And that's it. And who is it? Warren Buffett. Listen to his stuff. Warren Buffett is old, but he's got a seriously good brain. And he says, don't invest in something that you think is just going to do a 10x or a 10% rise over the next year or so. He goes, invest in a business that you think is a brand and a company that can grow as a business. And that's what I'm seeing this as. I'm seeing it can grow. And he's powerful. He says some interesting things. He's funny. He's got some shorts. So look at Warren Buffett's shorts on his YouTube. It's funny. Very clever guy. This is what this is about. They got tech, tokenomics. What's the tokenomics? Everything transacted in Hero. So they're saying everything on that ecosystem will be transacted in Hero. Scanning, licensing, NFT sales, all paid in Hero. The metaverse is the next frontier, and the Hero token will have major utility in and out of this new frontier. And then you scroll down a bit, it talks about the business model. MetaHero to pay $1,000 Hero and 100,000 scans. Hold on. Our business model is a mix of B2B and B2C. I don't know what that is. Paid to scan revenue. Okay, will be made through MetaHero licensing and development partners. Pay to scan. Revenue will be generated per scan. Paid by the user to MetaHero. Cool. Lastly, a percentage of licensing revenue will be generated through the marketplace. B2B paid partnerships with developers. Scanners placed in strategic locations at 150,000 scans a year. You might get more than that at $200 a Hero. Okay, so they're saying it's going to cost about $200 to scan yourself, according to this. So, okay, licensing of NFTs and scans via the marketplace. Do you have a marketplace of your own right now, or is this something that's going to go on other market? Getting paid to get scanned just upped the game. I'm trying to think of other use cases. If you guys can think of stay away from Metaverse, stay away from play to earn. Tell me how else you think that these guys could use the technology, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of new ways that they aren't even thinking of. That could be this technology can be used. I spoke about token. There's database. So I'm guessing the database will hold all the information of all the scans. That's what I'm guessing. You're telling me to register. I'm not going to register. If you come over to news, what's been going on? The new community manager. Okay, cool. It says here, Kroll, founder Wolf Group, appointed CEO MetaHero. That was back in June 2022. It could be a good thing. Everybody has different mindsets as well. Like when you think about different people joining different projects, the last person's vision is going to be different to the new person's vision. So, but overall, He must be good, otherwise why'd they have him? Meta Hero and Fame MMA share glimpse. Okay. Anyway, you check the news and stuff. Oh, what's going on? Where's my thing gone? That's my screen. Here we go. You check it out in your own time, and then obviously you can decide if you want to invest. Because again, this isn't financial advice. When you come over to the app, it looks like they got a loyalty program coming for people that have been holding this long term. So, if you want to buy this, you can come over to PancakeSwap and you can buy it. I seriously believe having 250,000 of these tokens right now, again, this is not financial advice, could be life-changing for some. Seriously life-changing for some. Remember, I told you the all-time high was 18 pence, which is about 22 cents. That's how high it went before. And I'm going to show you something. Hold on. I'm just trying to see how. If I had showed you this video, if I had made this video about 6 months ago, now let me have a look. Where's this? It's 2020 December. If I had made this video about 8 months ago, something like that, you would have been buying this about 16 to 17 pence. That's not even the all-time high as well. I'm kind of get to the tip, because the tip was about 18 pence, almost 19 pence. So back in December, if I'd showed you this just before around Christmas, you would have been buying at 18 pence a piece. And I'm telling you right now to bag 250,000, because I think that could be life-changing for many people in the future. How much would you have had to have spent back then? Well, look at this. Look, if you times this by 0.18, because that's what I'm saying, about 18 pence. Back then, you'd have had to have spent 45 grand, £45,000 just to bag 250,000 of these tokens. I'm telling you now to bag 250,000 of these tokens. Why? Because you don't need to pay £45,000. What will you be paying for 250,000 of these tokens? You'll be paying 583 quid. £583 could show us how set you up for greatness. Now, average person should be able to afford that. I usually send average person to invest £1,000, and that can be over time. It doesn't have to be like right away. You got a couple of, maybe £100 this month free. You got 50 quid free. You're not spending your bills and stuff. You're not, you just stop buying Chinese takeout. I know you want the egg fried rice with black bean sauce, beef and black bean peppers. What else do you have? I can't think of any other food. Anyway, what I'm saying is that if you save your money and invest it wisely, you can get a good portion of whatever crypto it is. And I think 250,000 of these tokens could be life-changing for some in the future. What would you do with 45 grand? If this goes back to all-time highs, which I probably think it can go higher than that, but if it goes back up to here and you've got 250,000 of them because you were smart and spent 500 quid now, what would you do if £45,000? Because that's what you're talking. You're turning 500 quid into what is the X gain on that? I need to look. 0.18 divided by, it's a huge gain. 0.00, the price right now, look at the price right now, 0023, right? So you're talking, whoa! A 78x on your money. That's almost 100x when it goes back to all-time highs. My God. That is mad. Because, not investment advice. £1,000 turns to 78. Is that right? £78,000. Life change. If you're rich, just some people got money. If you're rich and you're watching my channel and you just want to put 10 grand somewhere, not investment advice, and you pull it here and it goes back to all-time high, you turn your 10 grand into £780,000. That doesn't sound right. Seriously, is that right? Whoa, you almost turn it into £1 million. Life-changing for some. But, keeping it real, 250,000 of these are great. I mean, if you can't afford it, go for the million. It's always great to have $1 million of something, isn't it? But, it's going to set you back £2,300, which is about $2,500. If you can afford it. Again, it's not financial advice. Just, really showing you what I think is a good amount to hold long term as well. So, what we're talking, when there's 100Xs, so I got something in my throat. Real quick, when we see 100x on this token, which it very well can do, and I'm not asking for hundreds of billions in this to go to market cap. I'm talking about, a couple of billion? Times it by 100. you'd be looking at a 1.8 billion market cap. That's doable. I probably see MetaHero going to 3 billion, 4, 5 billion. But keep it, because I said 300x, right? Keeping it real, 1.8 is 100x right there, 1.8 billion. So times that by 3, because I said 300x. You're looking at about a 5.5 billion for MetaHero if it goes there. Should they open up to give us new use cases, you will see the rise in this coin. So I thought I'd share this with you. I'm going to leave it here. Short, sweet, and simple. Patrons, you saw the buy alert right here that you see I'm not joking about. I always show them. And if you don't want to miss this stuff, become a patron. The link's in the description. Check it out. Loads of different tiers. Does different things. Thank you for watching. Drop that like and subscribe. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.